That's a place where the Lord commands his blessing. It's the CVM bowling trophy, but it can double up as longevity of service. So there's a round of applause for Alvin. Alvin's a great guy for me to go to coffee with and sort of he's got so many contacts in his iPhone, I can't keep up, because this guy has done the miles and travelled all around Wales.
Good to be with you. Thank you for the invitation to come along. It's great to be. My first one, actually. I went to the sort of forerunner. I think it was a forerunner at the St David's Hall, yeah. Cardiff Men's Convention. But it's great to be here tonight. And Mark has asked me if I would give just a very brief update and an overview of what's happening around Wales. I must add, it's as I see it. Okay, it's not the definitive input on what's happening around the nation, but it is things as I see it. This is the nation that you're within tonight. This is the nation that you're part of. This is the nation that once again will have God's hand upon it to bless others. Amen.
Of where we are tonight, for me this represents probably an 8-year journey in Wales. During that 8 years, I've prayed with a band of brothers, if you like, for this nation, for guys that we know, for guys in our families, for guys that we do life with. And we've prayed for guys to come to Christ. And guess what? They have. And we've seen God answer prayer. We've seen lives turned around. There's some desperate guys. They're living on our doorstep. When we sort of go into church each week, looking as though we all got it together. Actually, some of those guys, if they ever venture in, they look at us and they think, actually, I don't belong here. I've just got a few ordinary guys here just to tell us about some of the stuff that they do and what they're involved in. Gary, he's your pastor.
Gary Sterling's a pastor. Yeah. I wish he could be here tonight, because he's the funny man and I'm the straight man. But, it's typical of Gary, and it's typical of our men's group, that there's a tongue path going on in the village tonight. And they'd rather be there, mixing with people in the community, than they would mixing with you lot. Sorry to say so, but that's the way we work.
So you've been involved in the world of professional sport for quite a few years now?
Yeah, I've been working in professional sport for about 10 years now. Originally I started up at Widnes Vikings. Managed to get them relegated within 2 seasons. And then moved down to Newport Gwent Dragons. And to be honest, they steadily went up while I was there. They finished 7th, I think, in my last season. And then they've gone downhill since. And now I'm over at Bristol. I'm really enjoying my time over there. And I get to work with some really good guys. And it's a really good working environment.
I'm a parenting officer, but I work specifically with fathers. So basically, if they have a child aged between 0 and 10, I can work with them then either on a one-to-one basis or in a group work setting.
That is brilliant, isn't it? So he's out there equipping dads. So in terms of, why are you old in a golf club?
As a former golf professional, and taught European Tour players, and now I'm a minister.
That's a come down, that, isn't it? We want good news and stories. Oh, dear. Right, you've depressed me now.
I used to save people's swings, and now I save their scores, and now I save their souls.
Come on! Music.
Mark, go away! Mark, sit down, mate!
Contest with the sun and always wins. Some say that he once tried to ride a horse but couldn't find the clutch. Some say he only talks to his pet ostrich. Some say his life's greatest ambition is to lick his elbow. Some say in his spare time he paints pictures of penguins. Some say he's 40, but really it's just the 19th anniversary of his 21st. Some say he was raised by badgers. Some say he thinks Castrol GTX is coffee. You and I know him as Carl Beech.
Which means I support West Ham. We stayed up. That's a bonus. Actually, all my family come from Dagenham in Essex, or as we prefer to call it, Dargenham. I'm an ordinary British bloke, and I'm a first-generation Christian. More on that in a moment. And so we never wanted to work in other countries, not because we dislike other countries. We just thought we had enough to do here. It could be very glamorous going over to other nations, but actually we just thought we wanted to tell blokes in Watford and Cardiff and Glasgow, you know, about Jesus and try and equip the local church to do that. But I'm zipping off to Poland tonight because we've got some. Actually, I've timed it a bit wrong. Actually, I invited my wife to come and forgot that I've got to go back and get her and take her to East Midlands Airport, and I've got to be at the airport at 4:30 in the morning. It's grassroots ministry, as Mark's saying. The big thing for us is one life at a time, communicating the message of Jesus. You know, we could spend £1 million hiring a stadium for a night and maybe try and get, you know, tens of thousands of guys in there, or we can establish hundreds and hundreds of men's groups and small cells of guys all communicating the gospel. So we think on average at the moment, in any given month, we've got about 25,000 men across the UK communicating the message of Jesus, which is fantastic. And we're seeing guys come to faith all the time. But I'm a little bit dissatisfied with it, because what we really want to see is over 100,000 men meeting on a regular basis communicating the message of Jesus, because I do believe that the gospel works. And I'm a bit of an old school gospel person at heart, and I believe that the gospel works when we tell people about Jesus, blokes get saved.